It's 8:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Police are appealing for witnesses to an explosion at Minmai early this morning. Officers were called to Woodford Street just before 4 a.m. when an explosion inside a car shattered the front windows of the vehicle and a window of a nearby home where a mother and child were sleeping. No one was injured. Forensic police are examining the car for clues. Anyone with information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. Dozens of police lined the streets of Cessnock yesterday to ensure the safety of those taking part in two opposing rallies. Hundreds marched along Vincent Street as part of Reclaim Australia rallies across the country, with some chanting "No More Mosque" in protest against plans to build a mosque at Buchanan. Reclaim Australia Newcastle's John Oliver told reporters they're not protesting against all Muslims.
We're not against all Muslims, we never have been. We're against the radical side of Islam.
Meanwhile, a smaller group gathered in the car park of the nearby Cessnock Performing Arts Centre to rally against racism. Organiser Philippa Parsons told NBN they want to see more tolerance in society.
Our message is that we need to unite. We need to come together, all moderates, moderate Muslims, moderate Christians, moderate everybody.
A fundraising campaign has been launched for an 8-year-old girl who was attacked by a dog at Valentine. Talia Stanley lost part of her right arm in August when an Alaskan Malamute stuck its head through a gap under a fence and grabbed onto her fingers. Her mother Sally says after several operations, Talia is preparing for her first prosthetic arm.
She's up for more operations, which is actually going to entail a lot more than just her 8 other operations that she's just already had.
A fundraising campaign has been launched to help pay Talia's medical expenses. You can donate by going to reachingtalia.com.au. Campers are set to be allowed back on Stockton Beach from next year. They were banned in 2012 due to widespread rubbish, major storm erosion and fears of damage to Aboriginal sites. However, the Warramai Conservation Lands Board is looking to allow camping at 30 designated sites. Four-wheel drives will also be allowed on 22.5 kilometres of beachfront from the Gangan Road entrance to the Sigma Wreck. This year's cruise season is set to be the biggest one yet, with 11 cruise ships and nearly 18,000 passengers visiting Newcastle. The Pacific Dawn arrived this morning with just over 2,000 passengers on board. They'll take in the sights of the Hunter today before the ship leaves at about 5 this afternoon. The Pacific Jewel arrives tomorrow.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club.
The Newcastle Jets faced Adelaide United yesterday with neither side able to find the back of the net in a goalless draw. The Jets offered little in attack and were only able to come away with a point because of a stellar performance by goalkeeper Mark Birighitti. Coach Scott Miller wasn't fazed with leaving Adelaide with only 1 point.
For a club like Newcastle, in the situation we've found ourselves over the last couple of years, I think a point away from home is a superb effort.
In the W League, the Newcastle Jets women took on Adelaide and clinched a draw with a late goal from Tara Andrews in the 84th minute. The draw is now the Jets' third in 5 games and moves them up 1 spot on the ladder into 6th position. Merriweather surfer Ryan Callanan is edging closer to qualifying for the World Surf League after reaching the semi-finals of the Hawaiian Pro in a season-best performance. Callanan bowed out in the semi-finals but gained a crucial amount of qualifying points out of the result. And the Hunter Hurricanes men's side has opened their national water polo season with consecutive losses to the Des Moines Devils over the weekend. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.